Alright guys, just for fun, we're going to just call this login with Facebook. And this login with Facebook is going to a route that we define. Look at the route. In web.php, we called it route Facebook, okay? Login Facebook. So we're going to go there and let's give it a name. In Laravel, you can name routes, just say name. And don't worry if all these things are still confusing. Don't worry, to start making sense as we repeat them over and over again while moving forward in the application. So we're just going to call this login.facebook. So if we call it login.facebook, we can now use it here, login.facebook. So when someone clicks on this, it will log the person in with Facebook. So if we look at our application, refresh, so this makes sense. Really, I don't really want to care about design, front-end design right now, because we are going to install a template, admin LTE template, to make this thing beautiful. But before we get there, let's just make sure that this basic stuff is already working. Okay, so forget about the design and everything. Let's make sure that this works first. Alright, now we have this. The next thing, we have to get back to our voting application on Facebook. Remember, developer.facebook.com. Then you select your app in case you've closed the page. So we have it here. So when the app first opens, you're on basic, but if you click on advanced, you want to scroll down and add a domain. Scroll down here, see add domain. So it will pop up this, and then we're going to call our domain http localhost 8000, because this is where we the domain that our app is hosted. If you don't add this, you may keep getting errors. So it appears that before we can do that, we need to get back to basic and add a privacy policy URL. So we're back on basics. So localhost, click on it. Then privacy policy URL. We're just going to manufacture a privacy policy URL that we've not created, but we just want to do it so that we can pass this stage. Localhost 8000 / privacy. I'm just making this up. Pages privacy policy. I am making this up, and we're gonna do that for terms of agreement too. I'm gonna call it TOS. We're making it up. We've added this. Now we need to save changes. Okay. Well, one thing you really have to understand about all this social media integration is that they change every day. Like when I used this even yesterday, 24 hours ago, it was a whole different design. So when you're using this, you too might run into that issue of seeing a whole different design. So, but if you know your basics, you can find your way around. So what happened was that I tried to add a privacy policy or URL, and it turns out that Facebook now verifies if it exists or not before they can allow you to add it. So I removed the both of them. But the most important thing you want to know right now is that you have to still add your domain somewhere else for it to work. So remember, we've added it in site URL and we've added it in app domains. So if you go pan to your left and click on this, you will see settings. When you click on settings, we need to add it one more place for it to work. Otherwise, when people want to log in with Facebook, they'll be faced with an error. Alright, so we're just going to wait for this to open. Now it has opened. You see all this? This is the place you need to add it. They're asking you valid auth redirect URL. Remember that in our routes that we copied in web.php, these routes that we copied, this is the callback URL, the redirect URL, that after Facebook has processed the login, this particular route will send the login to Facebook, but the second one, after Facebook has processed it, they're going to try and redirect to this. Alright, so we are going to go here and add it. So it is actually in HTTP localhost 8000 / this login / Facebook. Okay, so we take this. This is the redirect URL. Login from devices. Enable the alt client. Follow for no. So everything is okay. So what we're going to do, redirect all validator. What we're going to do is to save. So like I was telling you, this is what they're saying, that they're going to change this in March. So like I said, these things, they change it often. So if by the time you're watching this video the design has changed and some of their rules have changed, just take yourself step by step, pace yourself out, go to the settings in basic, fill the form, and go to Facebook login and add your URL again, and that's all you have to do. All right, thank you very much. In the next video, what we're going to do is to create the to test this out to see that it actually works.